Thanks, guys. The Rowan women's basketball team playing the Washington College Shore women today, fourth out-of-conference game of the season. But let's look at the upcoming schedule for the Profs. This Tuesday, they start their NJAC campaign on the road up in Montclair State University, the former NJAC champions. And then the Wednesday right after that, on December 3rd, they travel to Rutgers Camden before they play back at home again against the NJCU Gothic Knights. 3 of 5 NJAC games right then, but after that, they play Kane and William Patterson after that leading into December. My name's Aiden Ray, and Greg Mazzo, Nolan Dowell, back to you.
Thank you, Aiden. So now we're back to the game here. Just a few missed shots before from both of these teams. And now Rowan has the ball. Here's Carlisle at the top. Is the McLaughlin, now to Mastriano. Down low to Carlisle. Carlisle's in the paint. Nice up and under, and a layup is good. Rowan gets on the board first. It is 2-0, and they're in a press break here.
And Greg, that defense from Washington, the man-to-man defense, is what we're expecting to start this game. It seems as if they switch to a 2-3 zone after a made basket, but after any misses or turnovers, they stick to man.
And a 3-ball there by Abigail Jasmine, and Rowan has a quick 5-0 lead.
And we've seen Washington this season kind of struggle against the full court press. Rowan coming out strong with a press. They already got one steal off of it, looking to capitalize more as we get deeper into this game.
So a few missed shots to ready for Washington College. McLaughlin has the ball, looking to slow things up. Pass inside, Mastriano, layup off glass, that's no good. Carlisle comes in and she gets fouled there. It looks like that foul will be on Abby Meredith.
Emma Robinson.
Actually, no, that was foul. But they did call that on Robinson. Thank you there for the clarification there, Nolan. Carlisle passes inside, Mastriano looking to fight down low. She gets denied there from Robinson, and they're going to say it's Rowan ball still.
It's going to be switched. That ball rolled off of Mastriano's back. An interesting press from the prop defense. Kind of a 1-2 man press, and once Washington gets past the first level, they kind of lay off and switch into a man-to-man defense.
Yeah, and the Shore women did a good job of breaking it, but it was a turnover there. And Rowan's going to have possession here. So far, 0 for 2 from the field is Washington College.
So Washington's going to try to respond to Rowan's press with a little, I wouldn't really call it a strong press, a light press. They had girls up court looking to pressure the profs, trying to move the ball down court.
So McLaughlin has it, 8 to shoot. McLaughlin looks inside to Mastriano, kicks it out. Jasmine pump fakes, drives, pass inside Mastriano, layup off glass is good at the buzzer as the shot clock expires. And it's a quick timeout for Washington College as Rowan starts the game off 7-0.
I mean, a really, really strong start for the Profs. Saw great layup from the Profs offense and a nice 3 from Jasmine. And now the Profs are already up 7 points, just a little under 3 minutes into this game.
And for the starters for both of these teams, you have Abigail Jasmine, Charlotte Carlisle, Megan Donaldson, Jess McLaughlin, and Jess Mastriano. And then for Washington College, Taylor Shane, Emma Robinson, Julia Ongaretti, Caitlin Boggs, and Abby Meredith. Rowan so far off to a really good start. Washington College 0 for 2 from the field to start this game. As Shane has it, now she gives it into Ongaretti. Pass inside, and there is Boggs inside. She can't get the layup to go, gets her own miss. Layup back up, and good. And Washington College gets on the board now.
So an interesting matchup down low as Jess Mastriano is matched up against Caitlin Boggs. You'd think they'd put Charlotte Carlisle on the biggest person for Washington, but it doesn't like that is the
As
case.
Jasmine knocks down her second three of the game. 6 points already for Abigail Jasmine. It's now 10-2. Boggs has it, now getting double teamed, and it gets stripped away and stolen away by the Profs. McLaughlin gets her hand in there, passes it up to Jasmine, now to Mastriano. Takes it out. Donaldson will try a three, and that one is no good. Boggs brings in the rebound. Here is Emma Robinson, the leading rebounder for Washington College. Angaretti now gives it to Boggs.
Yeah, they're not going to guard her out deep because she has not attempted a three this season.
Angaretti gives it to Boggs, baseline jumper. That's no good. And McLaughlin gets the rebound. She looks to take it up herself. Now gives it to Carlisle to Donaldson. Mastriano inside to Carlisle, and she gets blocked but a foul. And Carlisle will go to the line for 2 shots here.
And Greg, that is something you do not want to see if you're Washington College. Caitlin Boggs has fouled out in a couple of games this season, leads the team with 20 fouls, and already has one early into this game. We talked about it before the game, how if the Profs can get Boggs into foul trouble early, they'll have such a huge size advantage, as she's Washington's only player over 6 foot. They'll have such an advantage down low that they might be able to get some easy points off of that.
The first free throw by Carlisle is good. Caitlin Boggs averaging 11.6 points per game and 7 rebounds. Carlisle coming off a 6-block game in her last matchup against the Sales as she sinks the free throw. And now we'll have a few subs in here for the Profs. It'll be Haley Selmer checking in. Ava Craybill will also check in, and Natalia Ferreira will also check in as well for the Profs. As Washington College breaks the press easily there. A wide open three, that's no good. Own miss, goes back to Meredith. Shot is good. So the second time ended up being the charm there. Craybill, now he gives it to McLaughlin.
Yep, and we'll see Washington stay in a 2-3 zone now after that made basket.
Pass that is deflected by Shane, but Jasmine still has it.
Only 10 on the shot clock.
McLaughlin, a corner three, that's buried. McLaughlin with a big three there. That's her first points of the game. A quick double team. Shane, cross-court feed. Ellie Carter-Soriano, who just checked into the game for the Shore woman.
We talked about the struggles the Profs have had offensively in scoring, and so far they're 3 for 5 from deep, which is a huge improvement over the way they've played this season.
And there's Jasmine with a steal there. Almost had Selmer cutting inside, but didn't pass it. Selmer now has it. Low block. Gives it to Barrera. Now it's out to Craybill. Jasmine has it. She drives left in the paint. Layup. Off glass is good as she splits by a couple defenders. Rowan has a huge 17-14 lead early in this first quarter.
Yeah, and Jasmine has been such a huge part of that. 3 for 3 from the field with 2 deep balls and that beautiful reverse layup. Already up to 8 points on the day.
Carter Soriano drives left, baseline, kicks it out. Meredith drives baseline, kicks it back out, a little 2-man game. Here is Emma Robinson. Trying to go somewhere, kicks it out, wide open three, and it is knocked down there by Ellie Carter-Soriano. Her first points of the game off the bench. And that's the first 3 of the game for the Shore woman. Craybill passes inside to Jasmine, kicks it out. McLaughlin now to baseline, Selmer looks to get towards the foul line. She gets it out to Craybill. Craybill loses the ball. Out to Jasmine. Right wing three. It's buried. Another 3 for the Profs. That's their 4th 3 here in the first quarter. And they have a 20-7 lead.
And 3 of those 4 threes have come from Jasmine. She has been on fire to start this game.
Meredith misses way off glass there. Jasmine pulls in the rebound. Now gives it to McLaughlin. Inside. Craybill, 1 dribble, shot is up, no good, but a foul. Actually, my mistake there. That's Barrera there. she'll go to the line for 2 shots here.
I mean, we were talking about how the Profs were having trouble scoring, and they already have 20 points in the first quarter. A huge step in the right direction for the Profs offense.
So a couple subs here for Washington College. Amaya Cash will check in for the Shore woman. First free throws up and no good there from Barrera. She spent 2 seasons at Camden County College, averaging 7.7 points per game this season and 5.3 rebounds. Coming into this game, shooting 60% from the line. She misses both there. And now with the rebound will be Carter Soriano. Cash, the freshman. Here is O'Leary, will try a 3. That's no good. And pulling in the rebound there is Robinson. Or Craybill, I'm sorry. Craybill drives and the layup, no good off back iron. And the rebound was pulled in by the Shore woman.
We're going to see a lot of off-ball cuts and off-ball screens from the Shoreman offense, trying to get the ball down low as it doesn't work out there. A nice steal from Lily Bross.
Lily Bross gets the steal, but can't get the layup to go. Loose ball on the ground, and it's going to be a jump ball there. It was a fight between Craybill and Ongaretti there. But it's going to be Washington College basketball. And it's going to be a steal there, and Bross has it. She loses it back to Barrera. She can't get the layup to go, and now Washington College has it. They look to reset things here at the top. Ongaretti has it. She drives left baseline, picks it out, and inside there is Boggs, and good defense there by Carlisle defending the shot, and Rowan has the ball here.
We were talking about before the game how the Profs should limit their turnovers. So far this season, they've averaged 17 turnovers a game while only forcing 16. But the one thing they've done well is scoring off the turnovers. They have a +5 margin against their opponents. When they force a turnover, they normally convert.
So Rowan couldn't get the shot. They're shooting 50% from the field so far in this game. Nice cut inside and a beautiful dish there to Sarah O'Leary for the deuce. About under 40 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Rowan looking to try to close out this quarter strong. Here's Lily Bross, sophomore. Barrera has it. Barrera drives, gives it to Craybill. Craybill drives in the paint, layup off glass, that's no good.
Last shot here.
Washington College will hold for 1 here. It is Carter Soriano with it. With 5 seconds. Tries to give it inside. Boggs, layup off glass is good at the buzzer. And she'll also get to the line for 1 shot here. So everyone will clear out here. That will be on Barrera there. And depending on what happens with this free throw here. Coming up. And it's no good, so it'll be a 20-11 score at the end of the first quarter. So Rowan got off to a really good start, 17-4, but Washington College wasn't going anywhere. They ended off that first quarter pretty strongly, including that big bucket there by Boggs to end the first.
Yeah, and the Profs defense so far has forced 6 turnovers to their 0. They have not turned the ball over yet, and it's been really good defensively and offensively. They're shooting 43% from the field, 66% from the 3. Their free throws only shooting 50, but they've only taken 4 so far this game, so not a huge issue. But that's my big takeaway from the first quarter, the turnover battle.
Yeah, and coming into this game, Rowan was averaging 17 turnovers a game coming into this game, and they have none here in the first quarter. They've also forced 16 turnovers coming into this game as well. They've already forced 6 turnovers as well. Rowan also shooting 66.7% from 3 in this game. And also, not to mention one more thing, this is the first ever matchup between these two programs ever. And so far, it's been off to a really good start for Rowan in this game. Abigail Jasmine leads the way for the Profs with 11 points on 4 of 4 shooting. She also has knocked down 3 threes as well. And then to round out the other scoreless, Charlotte Carlisle with 4 points, Jess McLaughlin with 3 points, and Jess Mastriano also has 2 points. And then for Washington College, Caitlin Boggs have 4 points on 2 of 6 shootings and 5 rebounds. So both teams will now come out of the first quarter end break. And now we'll come out here in the second quarter. It'll be Jasmine, McLaughlin, Mastriano, Carlisle, and Donaldson for Rowan. Then for Washington College, you got Meredith. Angaretti in there. Shane Robinson. As Donaldson, and that's going to be a 3 seconds call there. I believe they'll call that on Carlisle. And
the Profs are sticking with their 1-2-2 full court press. They're trying to trap the ball like they do there and get a nice tip on it, which can lead to a turnover. They've done it so far this game. They're going to continue to look to force turnovers.
Shane will bury a 3 there. As a quick catch and shoot there. Washington College scores the first points here in the second quarter. McLaughlin will bring it up here. She passes the timeline, and that is going to be a loose ball and a jump ball there. A great job there by Meredith to get her hands in on the ball and force the jump ball, and now it's going to be Washington College basketball here. So Meredith will bring it up here for the Shore woman.
Like we said earlier, they're not going to guard Boggs out on the three-point line. She's not one of the shooters. We see an offensive foul.
Yeah, an offensive foul there. They're going to call that on Taylor Shane there off the ball.
And we see those type of fouls when you're making those off-ball screens and off-ball cuts, trying to get around the defender. You know, sometimes you get a little pushy when you're down low. And that's what happened to Taylor Shane there. See another one on Taylor Shane.
And it looks like Boggs does not like the call. Neither does Taylor Shane.
Well, in about in a 5 second span, Taylor Shane has now picked up 2 fouls, which is huge in college because there's only a 5 foul limit before you're eliminated from the game.
So Shane will go out. Ellie Carter-Soriano will check back into the game as Jasmine has it, and it's a 1 dribble, and we're going to have another dead ball here. And it looks like Angaretti is shaken up just a little bit there. Going to be a foul away from the ball here. Been some
interesting to see what they'll call here. I mean, it looked like Angaretti went down on her own, but claiming she got tripped up, which would be a foul. Looks like they're going to call it a dead ball and give the Profs.
And there's been some there has been some tensions between some of the fans here from Washington College that have traveled up. As Mastriano has it, she drives, and it's going to be an offensive foul there as she leaned her arm in, and it's going to go the other way here. That's going to be the third turnover, I should say, for the Profs here in the second quarter after they had 0 in the first.
And you talk about the tensions between the fans. I mean, you mentioned it before the game. This is the first time these programs have met. So, I mean, I don't know what was said maybe when the teams were getting off the bus, but it seems like something that has made this game kind of turn to a little – it's been chippy so far. I mean, these teams, they've been playing physical basketball.
Donaldson with the steal there. Now Rowan has it. Mastriano hands it off to McLaughlin, now to Carlisle. Carlisle, it gets stolen away there by Boggs. Picked up by Meredith. Meredith, foul line jumper, doesn't get the roll. Rebound, and it's going to be on Boggs.
Over the back on Boggs, which is big. That's her second foul of the game.
Her second foul of the game, and she's going to We'll see if she goes to the bench here. Let's see if head coach Alicia Mosley goes back to her bench here. We'll have a 30-second timeout here. Rowan leads Washington College 20-14. And so far, Rowan has not scored here in this second quarter. Washington College, they ended that first quarter pretty strong, but so far here in the second quarter, they've came out with some intense defense. A couple calls that haven't really gone their way that they didn't really like, but they're just sticking in there and they're battling in there.
And something I wanted to point out, after that turnover by Carlisle, we saw Washington come down and their point guard had to stop and take a mid-range jump shot. I mean, that is something you have to do when the only defender around you is Carlisle. You can't get in the paint on her or else she's going to block you. I mean, you have to take either a three-point shot or a mid-range jump shot, which turned out to be a missed shot and an over-the-back foul on Boggs. So even though she made the turnover, Carlisle had a big impact on that possession.
Yeah, Carlisle, obviously this game, 4 points, one of them shooting. Carlisle, one of the key returners for the Profs from last season's team that went 17-9 and went to the quarterfinal round of the NJAC playoffs, losing to Kane in the first round, as that shot is missed there by McLaughlin. But Rowan gets the rebound. Donaldson gives it back to McLaughlin. McLaughlin to Carlisle. Carlisle hands it off to Jasmine. Jasmine crossover in the paint. Layup off glass, that's no good. Rebound by Carlisle over Boggs, and the layup is good. Charlotte Carlisle just using her length and grabbing the rebound there and putting it back up for two.
And that's a tough spot to be in if you're Caitlin Boggs. I mean, you have Carlisle, who's a little bit bigger than you, grabs the rebound, and you can't foul her. I mean, you're already at two. Getting to three early in the second quarter would be such a terrible spot to be in. And some aggression shown from both these teams. I mean, it's been back and forth so far in terms of aggression.
It has been. We've had a lot of fouls between these two teams so far, and you could just see bodies are falling. And, you know, the one key matchup you obviously point out, I mean, Charlotte Carlisle and Caitlin Boggs, both of those two have really went at it so far in this second quarter from what we've seen from the two. It's been very physical between these two teams. Here's Angaregi. She drives, and it's going to be an offensive foul there. Great job there by Jess Mastriano to sacrifice her body and take the charge, and it's going the other way. That is the 9th turnover of the game for Washington College. As we'll have a sub here. Carlisle will go out of the game, and Haley Selmer will check back in here. Donaldson off the Mastriano screen. She shoots the jumper, and she knocks it down. Megan Donaldson, the transfer, making an impact early on here in the second quarter. That's her first points of the game. There's Angaretti. Now he gives it to Carter Soriano. Now to O'Leary. Back to Angaretti. Defended there by Jasmine. Angaretti drives baseline, kicks it out, and it's off the hands of O'Leary, and it goes out of bounds. Another turnover for Washington College. That's their 10th of the game. And Rowan's going to have possession here. So now the momentum has shifted back over to the Profs here. As Jasmine gives it to Donaldson. Donaldson to Mastriano. Inside to Selmer. Selmer looking to fight with the ball, and it's going to be a foul there on Meredith. That is the 8th foul of the game here for Washington College. That's now the first for Meredith. Rowan in the bonus here. Selmer's going to go to the line for 2 shots here. First free throw is up and good. Haley Selmer averaging only 2 points. She's come off the bench so far to start this season. She was a 2-time all-conference selection at Indian Creek High School. As she sinks both at the line, and now Rowan builds up a 12-point lead. They are now on a 6-0 run. Here is, that's a corner 3, and that's no good. Jasmine hauls in the rebound. So look to bring it up here for Rowan. Donaldson, and she's going to get called for steps there. as she took that first steps before she put the ball down. And that'll be the 5th turnover here in the second quarter for Rowan.
They're still running this full court press, which, I mean, it's working. As we see right there, another tip on the pass. And running this full court press forces quick decisions, which can sometimes be the wrong decisions. And we saw there a tip pass, which led to a missed shot. So good job by the Profs defense to keep the pressure up.
So Donaldson gives it to McLaughlin. McLaughlin to Selmer at the top of the key. Selmer gives it to Donaldson. He'll try a 3 and knock down at 3. Megan Donaldson buries the 3. Rowan is on a 9-0 run. Timeout, Washington College. A 29-14 lead. Rowan, after a little bit of a slow start to the second quarter, they are now starting to find their rhythm again, just like they did the early part of this game.
Yeah, it's been really good job from the Profs offense. They're shooting 5 of 7 from 3, and that is such a huge part of this game. I mean, that's 15 points right there. It'd be a tie game if they didn't make any of those threes. And such a good job from the Profs guards in Jasmine, Donaldson, and McLaughlin. They've all made a 3. Jasmine's 3 for 3, Donaldson's 1 for 2, McLaughlin's 1 for 2. It's been really good shot selection so far from the Profs team. They haven't taken any crazy shots. They're not taking logo 3s or anything like that. It's been, you get a screen and you're open. Take the shot. That's what they've done so far, and they're converting. They're 5 of 7.
For sure. And looking at Rowan's schedule, they've won their last 2 games against Delaware Valley and DeSales after dropping their season opener to Elizabethtown 58-55 on November 9th. And this is the last game for Rowan before they have to start NJAC play against Montclair State, which will start next Tuesday, and then they will play Rutgers Camden on the road, and then NJCU on December 6th. That'll be the next time that the Profs are at home. So Washington College inbounds it. Ongaretti has it. Someone gets called with a travel there.
That was an interesting decision to pick up the dribble. I understand you're being pressured, but I mean, you don't have to stop to pick up the dribble. You can just slow down the pace and keep dribbling in the same spot. But picking up the dribble like that is what forces some bad turnovers and, I mean, potentially a travel there. If the ref had called it, I mean, I wouldn't have disagreed. It looked like he might have moved their foot. But decisions like that to stop dribbling and pick up the ball when you're getting pressed, that's what caused a lot of turnovers so far for the Washington.
And Emma Robinson was at the line. She misses both there. Carlisle on the low block. She kicks it out. A wide open corner 3. That's no good by Crable. A rebound by Carlisle. Back to Crable inside the Carlisle. Carlisle gets the layup to go off glass. Rowan now on an 11-0 run. Ongaretti. And it gets deflected by Selmer out of bounds. It's going to stay with Washington College. As you know, you've been pointing it out all game long, that press that Rowan is staying in here. And Meredith has it, defended by Jasmine. Meredith, she'll try a 3. That's no good. Rebound held in strongly there by Carlisle, and she'll get fouled there.
I mean, Carlisle is having such a huge impact on the game. And when you don't have Caitlin Boggs in the game, your biggest player, things like that happen. I mean, you're not able to get the rebound over her. She's so much taller than everyone on the court. And on the offensive side of the ball, you get another offensive rebound, which turned into a Carlisle's layup later on in the possession. But stuff like that is why having tall players and your bodies to get the rebound, it's so important. I mean, now she's headed to the line, and so far she's 3 for 3. So, I mean, it's been really good. A really good game so far from Carlisle.
Carlisle's 9 early points in this game. And can't get that free throw to go, but it bounces out to Jasmine. She chases after it. And now Rowan will look to reset things. Carlisle's with 9 points on the game. She's got 6 rebounds. Pass inside. And it's a kick out. Crable to Carlisle. Looking to feed it inside. Now she'll give it to Jasmine. Jasmine drives, and that is going to be a
offensive foul on Jasmine.
Offensive foul on Jasmine is correct, so that's going to be Washington College basketball. So now, quickly to mention, Natalia Pereira checked in for the Profs.
And I think we're going to see a screen here. No, we're not. So sometimes with this press break that Washington has, there's two guards that are in the middle at that free throw line. One will set a screen for another to allow them to evade the defenders. But the press Rowan's running is a 1-2-2 press. It's not man-to-man. They're playing zone. It's a 1-2-2 zone press defense, which running a screen there wouldn't work. So, I mean, a good job from Washington to notice that and use their guards to get outside instead of over the middle.
Carlisle gives it to Jasmine. Jasmine inside. Here's Crable with it. Crable looking to get a screen. She gets one from Carlisle. Now gives it to McLaughlin. She'll try a three, and that is no good. Boggs brings in the rebound there and gives it off to Ungaretti. She's looking to push. Taylor Shane gives it inside. Boggs, pump fakes, up and under. That's no good. And Mastriano grazed the rebound. Gives it to, that's going to be Jasmine for three, and she knocks it down in the corner. Abigail Jasmine knocks down a three, and now Rowan builds up a 21-point lead. Here's Robinson looking to bring it up here, and that is going to be a foul. They're going to call that one there on Crable.
Yeah, she couldn't get her feet set there. Tried to take a charge, but, I mean, when you're still moving, it's going to be a defensive foul, blocking foul on her.
And we've seen some charging fouls between these two teams so far in this game. Washington College only shooting 1 of 7 here in the second quarter. They only have 3 points, while Rowan has 15 points. They're shooting 5 of 9, also shooting 55% as well, and 50% from 3. As Robinson can't get the free throw to go there. Robinson now is 0 for 3 from the line. Last season, she played 27 games where she made 26 starts. She averaged 4.3 points per game and finished 4th in the Centennial Conference in rebound, where she averaged 9.1 rebounds per game. She's also one of the key returners for Washington College. Here is Carlisle inside. She can't get the layup to go. Rowan gets it back. Crable inside, and that's going to be another offensive foul there. Great job there by Abby Meredith drawing the contact there. And it's going to be Rowan's 7th turnover here in the second quarter. So in spite of them having 15 points, they've also turned it over 7 times.
Yeah, we take a look at it there. It was definitely an offensive foul. Good job by Meredith. Stand in there and take the contacts.
So Meredith has it here. He led the team with 25 threes last season. Taylor Shane drives left, layup, no good. Carlisle tries to get the rebound, she doesn't. It's out to Robinson. Robinson kicks it out. Meredith for 3, and she knocks it down. Abby Meredith knocks down a big 3 there. Now with 2 minutes to go, there is Donaldson who'll give it to Carlisle. Emily Polas checks into the game for the Profs. Here's Donaldson. She'll try a 3, and that was no good. Barrera tried to tap it out, but she's going to get called there for an over-the-back foul. Going to go the other way, but we'll have another sub here as Mastriano is by the scores table, and she'll check in here for Natalia Barrera.
The Profs have 6 fouls this quarter, which puts Washington in the bonus.
Shots, yes. So Shane knocks down the first free throw. Taylor Shane, she appeared in 26 games last season. So far this season, she's having 12 points per game, shooting 36.7% from the field as she goes 1 of 2 from the line. And now Lily Bross for Rowan looking to push. Gives it to Carlisle. Carlisle to Donaldson. Now to Mastriano. To Bross. Bross off the screen. Now to Carlisle. Back to Frost now inside. Mastriano tries to fight her way in. Can't get the layup to go. And the rebound is hauled in by Boggs. Is Emma Robinson. We'll bring it up here. Maya Cash, the freshman, also checked back in for Washington College. There's Taylor Shane, gives it to Boggs. Down low, defended by Carlisle. That's been the matchup all game, and Carlisle with another great defensive stop there. And Bross has it. Bross near the baseline. She'll dribble it back near the top. She looks to try to orchestrate the offense here. Paulas has it, gives it to Mastriano. Looking for a back door. There's Bross. Gives it to Carlisle. 5 on the shot clock. Donaldson drives in the paint. Layup is no good, but a foul. It's going to be a blocking foul there. That'll be called on Emma Robinson. And once again, Rowan is going back to the line for foul shots 5 and 6 here in the second quarter.
I mean, in each team this quarter is up to 7 fouls. I mean, it's been a battle for the second quarter. A lot of contact too, and a lot of aggression so far. Rowan, though, now with a 17-point lead. So, I mean, I guess you could say Rowan's been winning the battle.
I think they're winning in every aspect of this game right now, the way they're playing. As Donaldson sinks both free throws, and it'll be a sub here as checking back in will be Ellie Carter-Soriano. She'll check in for Amaya Cash. And the shot clock is black, and Washington College will hold for 1 here. They look to try to get something going here. Shane drives. She can't get the layup to go. It's a rebound there by Carter-Soriano, and she'll bring it back out here. Here's Meredith with it. Meredith drives off the screen. Jumper is good. 3 seconds left. Donaldson will have to put it up, and the half-court heave is no good. And that'll do it here at halftime. Rowan leads Washington College 37-21 in the first ever meeting between these two programs. It has been a great first half for Rowan. They're shooting 42.9% from the field, but shooting 54.5% from 3. I mean, Nolan, it has been a great start for Rowan in this game.
And yeah, it's been a lot of Abigail Jasmine with 14 points. She's 4 of 4 from 3. She has 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. And alongside her is Charlotte Carlisle. I mean, 9 points and 8 rebounds. She almost has a double-double, and it's halftime. That is a crazy good game from those two girls. And the Profs lead big.
And one thing with Carlisle, too, that you have to mention is the way that she kind of like orchestrates the offense at times. Like it just seems like they almost run the offense through her at times. But we're going to now send it down to our sideline reporter, Aiden Ray, for a quick update. Aiden, take it away.
Thanks, guys. The Rowan women's basketball team up 37-21 at the half. And the main contributor of this game is Abigail Jasmine, 14 points on the day, and she's 4 for 4 from three-point range. Also adding on 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. Great to contributing with the team so far today, and a great effort overall. So a 37-21 lead, another half left to play. Greg Mazzo, Nolan Dowell, back to you. My name is Aiden Ray.
And thank you, Aiden. And we're back here, obviously, 37-21, Rowan leads, but we're going to have some key halftime adjustments between these two teams. What are you expecting out of these two teams?
I mean, out of Washington, I'm expecting a lot of three-point attempts out of the halftime break. We've seen it so far this season. They've had an uptick of threes coming out of the break. And for Rowan, I mean, keep doing what you're doing. They're playing really good basketball right now. They're at 37 points at halftime, shooting very well. So I'm expecting them and looking forward to them keeping this level of play up.
Yeah, we'll see if they can keep that level of play up. We'll take a quick step off, and we'll be back here at the start of the third quarter between Rowan and Washington College. This is Greg Mazzo. Alongside me is Nolan Dowell, and you are watching Rowan Television Network. Hello, everyone. My name is Greg Mazzo. Alongside me is Nolan Dowell. The Rowan Profs lead the Washington College Shore Women 37-21 here as we are about to start second half play here in an out-of-conference matchup between these two teams, where it's the first ever matchup between these two programs. And in that first half, Charlotte Carlisle had a big first half.
I mean, and not just Carlisle, Abigail Jasmine had a big first half. A career high with 14 points already, 4 3-pointers made. She's 100% from the field. It's been a perfect first half from her. She did miss one shot, but she has 14 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. What a start from Jasmine.
Yeah, it was a great first half for Jasmine, 14 points on 5 of 6 shooting. Also, as well, it was a really good first half from Caitlin Boggs as well. She only had 4 points, though, but she really impacted the game in other ways.
I mean, yeah, she has 7 rebounds so far for this Washington Shore Women team. To go along, she did have 3 turnovers, but, I mean, she was a force out there. She's the girl to watch. She's the one getting all the rebounds for Washington.
Well, that is our highlights that we pointed out for the first half, and now second half play is starting as Shane Taylor has the ball. Boggs pump fakes, now gives it to Angaretti. She drives left and she gets rejected there by Abigail Jasmine. She's not only gotten it done on the offensive end, but now she's getting it done on the defensive end.
I mean, yeah, that is exactly the start to the second half you want to see from Jasmine. A rejection. I mean, she's already having a career night. Why not add on to it with a block?
14 points for Abigail Jasmine, as the shot is going to have to be forced up, and it's a shot clock violation as Robinson had to put it up there. And now it's a quick turnover is what they're going to call it here with the shot clock violation. And now Rowan has it. Mentioned about Jasmine, 14 points, that's her career high. She surpassed her other career high, which was 12 points against William Patterson last season, as Carlisle misses the jumper there as Boggs hauls in the rebound. So Angaretti has it. There's Meredith. Gives it to Taylor. Taylor inside the Boggs. Boggs looking to post up Carlisle. A little jumper, that's no good. And Donaldson gets the rebound as she takes it up herself.
I mean, and a great job by Carlisle there, using her wingspan to get in the face of Boggs and force a miss.
Carlisle gives it back door. McLaughlin, mini jumper. It's good. A nice little back door there by Jess McLaughlin. And now Rowan gets the first points here in the second half, and they're staying in that press. Here's Angaretti. Gives it to Shane Taylor. Here's Meredith. Meredith defended by McLaughlin. A shot there from Boggs, and she knocks it down. Now Washington College gets the first points here in this second half for themselves. Rowan came into the season projected to finish third in the NJAC preseason poll, as McLaughlin has it. She shoots a baseline jumper. That's no good. As Angaretti holds in the rebound, she looks to push. She kicks it out. Shane Taylor will try a 3. That's no good. Boggs comes in the rebound. Can't get the layup to go. Carlisle brings in the rebound. Jasmine looking to push. Jasmine drives. Nice pass to Mastriano. She loses the ball. It goes off her leg, and it'll be a turnover there.
I mean, and Jasmine had the right idea there. Tried to get it down low. Mastriano, who couldn't handle it.
The Rowan staying in that press. Almost a steal there from Carlisle, as Robinson goes through the defense, gives it to Boggs inside. Layup is good, plus the foul. An opportunity for a 3-point play will be Caitlin Boggs, as she gets her first points here in the second half. Or actually, that's now her 4 points she's got here in the second half. She gets the free throw to go, so 5 early points here in the second half for Caitlin Boggs. Now McLaughlin drives baseline, and that's going to be an offensive foul there. A good job there by Meredith We've seen a few of those here in the first half, and now that's our first one here in the second half. And a quick timeout here by head coach Kate Pearson, who has really done a nice job in her early career here at Rowan University. This is her third season here as Rowan Profs head coach. She is 28-24 in her 3 seasons here. Last season, she led the Profs to the quarterfinal round of the NJAC playoffs, where they lost to Kane in the first round. And for Pearson, she was the Cabrini's all-time winningest coach with a 240 and 125 record. And in July 2024, she served on staff at the 2024 NCAA College Basketball Academy, held at Rock Hill Sports and Events Center in Rock Hill, South Carolina. So a little interesting background there from Kate Pearson, though. But, you know, this is obviously the last game that Rowan's going to be playing at a conference before they start NJAC play. And the only 2 teams that are projected to finish ahead of Rowan in the NJAC preseason poll is Montclair State and TCNJ. And Montclair State is the team they play on Tuesday, which will be on the road, and they're the reigning defending NJAC champions.
I mean, yeah, it's going to be a tough matchup going into Montclair State, their environment. They're 3-0 on the season right now. But, I mean, Rowan's playing really good right now, and if they play like this on Tuesday, they have a good shot against Montclair State. I mean, I'm sure they're favored in that game, but with Carlisle and the way Jasmine's playing today, I wouldn't be surprised if Rowan had a sneaky upset.
And that's going to be tipped and out of bounds. It's going to stay with Washington College. Good defense there from Jasmine. And for Rowan, obviously, you know, we saw how big of a first half they had. But here in the second half, the third quarter especially, they're averaging 16.6 points per game in the third quarter, as that's a rejection there by Carlisle, but it's going to stay with Washington College.
But yeah, I mean, you mentioned their uptick in third quarter play. I mean, we're already 3.5 minutes into the third quarter today. They only have 2 points. So a slow start to the second half for the Profs, but I'd say the same for Washington College, as they only have 5 points in the third quarter.
And that's going to be a foul there. Boggs will go to the line for 2. It'll be on Jess Mastriano. That'll be her second foul of this game, the team's third. So if there's one thing you're looking for, so far Rowan's already picked up 3 fouls here in the second half, as Lily Bross will check in here for, actually no, they'll do it on the next shot here.
Yeah, a clear foul on Mastriano there. But so far in this game, I mean, Washington shooting 4 of 9 from the charity stripe. So not a good game from the free throw line so far for them.
Yeah, only 3 of 9 from the line for Washington College. Now Abigail Jasmine picks up her dribble, gives it to Mastriano. Back to Jasmine inside the Carlisle, and that's going to be steps. And she doesn't like the call, but I did see a couple feet move before she even looked to put the ball down. And Mongaregi will give it back to Emma Robinson, the leading rebounder, even bringing up the ball here for the Shore woman. Mongaregi has it. Rowan up by 12. Boggs inside, and the layup off glass is good with the left hand. Caitlin Boggs has so far had a terrific third quarter, and now it's a 10-point game. Lily Bross, who has seen some action here in the first half, now coming in the second half, and that's going to be a defense, an offensive, that's going to be a 3 seconds call there,
on Jasmine.
And that's going to go the other way.
Yeah, Jasmine was trying to, they had a little play there set up where Carlisle was supposed to set up a screen for Jasmine so she could come up to the top of the key and get the ball. But Jasmine stayed in the paint a little too long and picks up the 3 seconds.
Jane Taylor has it, drives, shot, no good. Strong rebound there by Donaldson. She looks to push, and that is going to be a travel there. So another turnover for the Profs. They're getting a little sloppy here in this second half.
And I talked about it in the first half, how when you're getting full court press like that, you don't have to stop and pick up the ball. And that's what Donaldson tried to do there. She was driving up the left side and being guarded by Emma Robinson, who forced her to pick up the dribble and commit a travel.
Meredith can't get the shot there to go. Rebound by Donaldson. She tries to give the Bross, and it is going to be out of bounds. It's going to be last touch, they say, by Rowan. They say that Bross got a hand down on that. And now she's going to come out of the game as McLaughlin will check back in, and a couple other subs as Selmer and Crable will check back in as well. Mastriano and Donaldson will go to the bench here. Now baseline out of bounds here for the Shore woman. Taylor inbounds it, gives it into Meredith. And it's going to be stolen away there, picked up by McLaughlin. Up ahead to Jasmine, pass inside, and the layup no good by Crable. Gets her own miss. Fight for the ball, and it's going to be a jump ball, and it's going to be Shore woman basketball.
And Abigail Jasmine has created so many opportunities for the Profs tonight. We saw just on that last defensive possession, she tipped the pass, which led to a steal, and then she got the ball on offense and dished it down to the low block where, I mean, it's not her fault that there was a missed layup, but great job from Jasmine so far, facilitating the offense and the defense so far for the Profs.
Jane Taylor can't get the jumper to go. Rebound by Robinson. Robinson will bring it back out, gives it to Boggs. Boggs to Taylor. She'll try a three, and that's no good. Rebound by Selmer as she just checked back into the game. Jasmine pushing, gives it to McLaughlin. Corner three, an air ball. Rebound. Selmer has it. Back up, and it's no good. Rebound by Robinson. Right now, Rowan is really struggling to try to get something going on offense. Pass inside, Meredith gets an easy two there. And it's now an 8-point lead for Rowan.
I mean, and this is not what you wanted to see from this Profs offense. We talked about before the second half started how we wanted to see them keep this up. So far, they're shooting 1 of 7 in the second half. Not ideal.
We'll see if Carlisle can change that around, and that's going to be a foul in the paint here. And we'll have a couple subs here coming in for the Shore woman. It'll be O'Leary checking back in, and then it'll be Ellie Carter-Soriano coming back in as well. So Natalia Barrero also checked back in for the Profs. McLaughlin has it on the right wing, gives it to Jasmine. Jasmine drives, layup off glass, no good, but she's fouled there by O'Leary. And she'll go to the line for 2 shots here. Abigail Jasmine has 14 points on the game.
She's going to look to increase her career high. I mean, it was 12 last year, 12 points against William Patterson. Now up to 15 points on the day. It looks to make 6 seconds.
Yeah, and knocked down the first there. Last year she shot 84% from the line, and she sinks both there. One of their most consistent foul shooters on this team. Rowan is back in that press once again. Here is Robinson. Now looking to slow things up here. Meredith gives it to Robinson. She drives baseline. Robinson kicks it out. Carter-Soriano knocks down a 3. A big 3 there for Ellie Carter-Soriano. And now it's a 7-point game. McLaughlin gives it to Crable. Crable inside to Selmer. Back to Crable. Now to Selmer. Little 2-man game, and that's going to be stolen away there. Picked up by Shane Taylor on the fast break. Now she looks to slow things up. Gives it to Carter-Soriano. Pump fakes. Shoots the 3. No good. In and out. And Crable gets the rebound. Is now the look to slow things up here on offense. McLaughlin Gives it to Crable inside the Selmer. Layup off glass is, they're not going to count the shot there. It's going to be, looks like, before the shot. And Rowan will take it out of bounds here as Mastriano will check back in here for Barrera. Now, so will Carlisle. Rowan last game had 19 turnovers. Today they have 14. So they're, trying to stay away from. They had no turnovers in the first quarter of this game. Carlisle is going to get called with a travel there.
Speaking of turnovers, there's another one.
Yeah. Well, remember they had no turnovers in the first quarter, but since the second quarter on, they've now got a combined 14 turnovers.
I mean, and they had forced 6 turnovers in the first quarter, and Washington only has 12 in the game now. So they forced 6 turnovers over the past 2 quarters. The defense, it feels like Washington has kind of figured out how to beat the press that Rowan had. And, I mean, they're using that to their advantage.
That one's no good there and tapped out of bounds by Boggs. It's going to be Rowan basketball. Also, another thing I think you got to look at, too, is the shot difference. Washington College has 16 shots. Rowan only has 7 here in the third quarter, so that also plays a big part.
Well, and a lot of that comes from the turnovers. They're not able, they get the ball on offense, and then they just turn it over. They're not able to get a shot off.
Donaldson can't get the 3 to go. And another rebound there for Boggs.
He's up to 12 points, 12 rebounds on the day.
A double-double for Caitlin Boggs as she continues her good start to the season. As that's a drive there by Taylor. She can't get it to go, and it's rebounded there by Carlisle. She'll give it to Jasmine, and she looks to push. Cross-court feed. McLaughlin, a 3. That's no good. Rebound in by Carter Soriano as she looks to take it up herself. Carter Soriano, a foul line jumper. That's no good. And rebounded by Jasmine, and a foul there by O'Leary. That'll be her 3rd foul of this game. The 14th foul total of this game for Washington College.
And the Profs are 1 of 9 shooting so far this quarter. It hasn't been all bad shots. There have been a lot of open shots that just haven't found the bottom of the net. And they're 1 of 8 from 3 in their last 8 3-point attempts, which is huge. They're 0 of 4. I mean, they're 0 of 4 from 3 in this quarter, which is something they were so good in the first half.
Carlisle looking to try to get McLaughlin on a back door. Mastriano has it. He drives, picks up her dribble, looking for another back door. Washington College denies it. 2 on the shot. McLaughlin will try a shot. That's no good. And it's going to be offensive rebounded by Donaldson. Rowan resets it back inside Mastriano. That's going to be a foul there on Carter Soriano. That'll be now her 3rd foul of this game. So a couple key pieces for the Shore woman. Now have 3 fouls in this game. And
we see, Jasmine's passes have been really good. They have been really, really good. They've been on target, and they've been the right decision. It's just sometimes the passes either hit off the hands or, the shot doesn't fall. It's been I wouldn't say bad quarter for the Props. It's been a bad quarter shooting, but other parts of the game have been working good. The defense hasn't been terrible. They've let up 13 points this quarter, which is the most out of any quarter, but it's been a lot of turnovers that have allowed Washington to score the ball.
And a nice shot there by Taylor Shane as she's now up to 6 points on this game. Rowan's going to have to go quickly here. Mastriano drives left in the paint, and it's rejected there by Boggs. Time runs out, and that'll do it here in the third quarter. Rowan leads Washington College 42-36, and Washington College outscored Rowan 15-5. They shot 31% from the field in this quarter, shot 25% from 3, and that goes to what you mentioned before, Nolan. The defense still playing a big part in this game for Rowan, even though they're not getting anything going well on offense, but defensively they played it very well third quarter.
And it's been a rough quarter. We saw the Profs earlier in this game were up 21, and now the lead's only 6. So you gotta tighten up the bolts in the fourth quarter here and pick up that lead.
We'll see if they tighten up, but Aiden Ray, our sideline reporter for today's game, has a quick update. Aiden, take it away.
Thanks, guys. In the third quarter alone, Washington College ended up outscoring the Rowan Profs 15-5 in that quarter. It was 37-21 at halftime, and now Washington College, they've cut this lead to only 6, 42-36. The Profs, though, they need to finish it off in the fourth quarter, hoping to finish off strong, as right now they sit at 2-1 and look to improve on that. My name's Aiden Ray, Greg Mazzo, and Nolan Dowell. Back to you.
Thank you, Aiden. And now we're about to be out of the third quarter and heading into the fourth quarter between these two teams. Rowan having a 42-36 lead over Washington College. Rowan in that third quarter only shot 9% from the field, which was 1 of 11. They only scored 5 points in that quarter, where they had a big first half and had a huge lead, but now the lead is now cut down to 6 as they look to try to get back to their rhythm. As Megan Donaldson has it, gives it to Mastriano. Mastriano to McLaughlin. She pump fakes, drives, layup, is good. Rowan gets a quick 2 points here to start the fourth quarter.
And before that shot, the Profs were 1 of 14 in their last 14 attempts. I mean, that's a good start to the fourth quarter, if any.
Robinson hands it off. Angaretti, jump shot, that's no good. And that is a loose ball foul here. They're going to call that on Washington College, so it's going to be Rowan basketball, as Crable will check back into the game.
That's Robinson's 4th foul on the day, so 1 away from fouled out.
You talk about the leading rebounder for this team coming into this game, only has 3 rebounds on the game. Carlisle gives it to Crable. Crable to Mastriano. Donaldson, pump fakes, drives, and the layup is no good, but it's an offensive foul there. Meredith has really been doing a good job in this game of sacrificing her body a few times, and there she comes up with another charging foul.
Yeah, and Meredith, on the day, she's 4 of 10, doesn't look the best, but if you look at her shot, in her last 4 attempts, she's 3 of 4. So, I mean, it was a bad first half, but recently she's been really good.
Driving and can't get the layup to go there is Taylor Shane, and Donaldson has it. 2-on-1, gives it to McLaughlin. She pulls it out. Crable, a wide open 3, no good. And another rebound there for Boggs. As Meredith has it, kicks it out. Angaretti gives it to Shane Taylor, and that's going to be a jumper by Boggs, and she knocks it down. It's now back to a 6-point game.
Boggs is now 4 of 5 in her last 5 attempts, up to 14 points, 13 rebounds on the day. She has really taken over this second half for Washington.
Donaldson passes inside to Carlisle, and that's going to be an offensive foul there. And that was Boggs who drew the contact there. It looked like she tried to sell it, and it was an immediate call there by the referee, and she just signaled that Carlisle extended her arm.
I mean, and she pulled the chair there on Carlisle. Pulled the chair and got the foul call, which, I mean, some people would question it, but, I mean, it was the right decision from the refs.
And off the hands there of Taylor Shane, it's going to be Rowan basketball here. McLaughlin. Is it the Jasmine?
Jasmine needs to get more involved in this offense. I mean, she's 5 of 6 on the day. I understand she's making a bunch of cuts trying to get the ball, but it really feels like right now the Profs need to get her the ball because she's the one that's able to score for them.
Jasmine only 2 points here in the second half as McLaughlin loses it, goes out of bounds, and it'll be 6 seconds left on the shot clock here. As we'll have another sub here. Checking back in will be Ellie Carter-Soriano for, he'll be in for Hongaretti. Inbound, it goes to Carlisle. They have to go quickly here. Selmer, drop step, layup, no good. And it's going to be rebounded by the Shore woman as Taylor Shane has it. Washington trying to claw their way back into this game. They've had a very good second half. As Carter Soriano has it on the left wing. Gives it to Shane, and she can't get the three to go. And it's rebounded by Selmer. As Jasmine looks to push, gives it to Selmer. Selmer, foul line jumper, high arcing jumper. That's no good. And it's tipped out by Carlisle, and it's going to be an over-the-back foul. I'll tell you, Nolan, one thing that the refs have done in this game is there's been a lot of whistles. They are not afraid to blow that whistle.
Yeah, I mean, they are really, like, I mean, it feels like they're kind of pushing the whistle. The first quarter, I don't really think there were that many fouls. But the second and third, once the team started getting chippy with one another, we saw a lot of offensive fouls in this game, and we're still seeing that. We've seen, I think, a total of around 6 offensive fouls between the two teams. And, I mean, for a normal game, that's a lot. That's a lot of offensive fouls. The players have been taking a lot of contact. They've been, feels like, kind of trying to draw fouls, which is a good game plan. And when you look at the free throw attempts, Washington has missed 6 free throws, and right now there's a 6-point lead for Rowan.
And that is going to be a foul there. It looked like Carter Soriano lost the ball, but they're going to call a foul there on Haley Selmer. A little bit of a late call there, but it's going to stay with the Shore woman.
You're talking about the whistles being blown, and then there it is again. Another one.
Been a lot of them in this game, I'll tell you that for sure. Especially when you're on the broadcasting, you're calling it out a lot. Boggs has it, now gives it to Taylor Shane in the corner, and that's going to be a double dribble there. And that's going to be a turnover there, the 14th turnover of this game for the Shore woman. Shooting 25% here in the fourth quarter. McLaughlin will bring it up here for Rowan. Rowan's only had 2 field goals here in the second half. Jasmine will get blocked, but a foul there by Taylor Shane. And it's going to be 3 shots at the line here for Abigail Jasmine.
And you talk about how great of a free throw shooter she's been. She's the one you want on the line right now. The Profs have not shot well from the free throw line as a unit in this season. So, I mean, having Jasmine at the line, who's 2 of 2 on the day, a good sign.
Yeah, and Abigail Jasmine comes to this game shooting 83.3% from the foul line in this game. She has made all of her foul shots in this game, including those 2, and now 3. That builds up a 9-point lead for the Profs. She's 5 of 5 from the line, and now that's going to be thrown away there by Meredith, and a turnover there for Washington College. And we'll see if this creates some momentum here for Rowan. The 3 foul shots by Jasmine, and now a turnover there gives the ball back to Rowan.
And it felt like Rowan had kind of laid off on the pressure that they'd been putting on Washington first half. And now we see it pick back up, and it already starts off with a turnover.
Jasmine quickly tackling out to Donaldson for 3, and it's no good. Rowan is now 0 of 6 from three-point land in this second half. They knocked down 6 threes in the first half. As Meredith picks up her dribble, gives it to O'Leary, now to Hongaretti inside to Boggs, and she can't get the layup to go, and it's rebounded there by Donaldson. Donaldson.
Great job by Barrera stepping in for Carlisle, who's out on the bench right now. Had a huge block on Boggs there.
And that's going to be a foul on Boggs there. That's going to be the 3rd foul for Boggs in this game. And right now you're seeing Carlisle, who's really had a big impact on this game, on the bench right now. And kind of assuming of when she's going to come back in at some point, though, because we've seen the matchup of Carlisle and Boggs this entire game. As Washington College will have a sub here. Checking back in, it will be Emma Robinson.
And right now, it feels like the Profs want to go with ball security. And if you look at the game so far, Carlisle has 6 turnovers, which, I mean, she's been playing very good basketball. But when you're looking for ball security and that kind of agility, you want to go with someone like Haley Selmer, who's able to move around more than you could argue Carlisle is.
4 consecutive points there for the Profs. A turnover, steal, and a quick 2 there from Selmer, and now a timeout for Washington College. Rowan now builds up their lead back to 13 with 5:14 left to go here in this second half.
I mean, and speak of the devil, Haley Selmer, who we were just talking about, goes in and has a fast break layup after another steal from this Profs defense on the full court press. It's been really good, really good defense from the Profs when they're playing the press. And another one right there results in a turnover.
That is now 8 steals on the game for the Profs. That's now 16 turnovers for Washington College as well. And Selmer got that last bucket. She's got 4 points on this game. Abigail Jasmine, the leading scorer for Rowan, with a career high 19 points on 5 of 6 shooting. She has knocked down all 4 of her threes in this game as well. And for Washington College, Caitlin Boggs, who had a little bit of a slow first half, but now she's really picked things up here in the second half. 14 points on 6 of 5 shooting. So, both of these teams, Rowan trying to extend their winning streak to 3 games. Washington College trying to avoid losing their 4th straight. And for a while, Rowan got off to a really good start in this game, and then, Washington College started to crawl back in a little bit. Started the second half, but then in the 4th quarter, Rowan has started to find back their rhythm a little bit. Now, Robinson has it, defended by Jasmine. Give it to Boggs, back to Robinson. Now Meredith has it. Meredith goes left, picks up her dribble, gives it to Angaretti. Pass inside the Boggs in the paint, defended by Selmer, and it's going to be a foul there by Haley Selmer. That'll be her 3rd personal foul of this game. And Boggs, once again, will go to the line for foul shots number 5 and 6 on the day for her.
Talk about how Washington shooting from the foul line. They are now 5 of 11 from the free throw line, maybe making 6 of 12. It'll be 5 of 12 from the free throw line for the Shore women.
Yeah, Boggs last season finished 5th in the Centennial Conference in scoring, as that layup is good there by Natalia Barrera. Rowan staying in their press once again here, like they have all game long. Carter Soriano. Now here's Boggs with it. Gives it to Meredith. Meredith, little baseline jumper is good. Abby Meredith now on the game, has 11 points on 5 of 11 shooting. There's Jasmine with it. Gives it to Barrera. Now to McLaughlin. McLaughlin to Selmer. Selmer hands it off to Jasmine. Jasmine off a screen. Jumper. No good off glass. And it's rebounded by Washington College.
Jasmine, the first half, we talked about how she had her career high 14 points, 4 of 4 from 3. The second half, all 5 of her points have come from the free throw line. So a kind of change in pace for her, as that's her first missed field goal of the second half.
That was a steal by Selmer, but then the Shore one would give it back, and now that's going to be a foul on Jasmine. And Meredith will go to the line for 2 shots here. Couple subs back in. Carlisle will check back in for Rowan here. Now Mastriano is going to the scores table. And she'll check back in for Selmer here. Abby Meredith at the line here. She led the team with 25 threes last season. Also transferred from Centennial Conference rival Franklin and Marshall, where she averaged 4.8 points per game in 8 games in the 2022-23 season. on the season. The leading scorer. She knocks down that free throw there. Sinks both. It's now an 11-point game. Meredith was the leading scorer coming into this game for the Shore woman. As McLaughlin, a floater is up off glass, and she can't get the roll to go as it was rolling around for about 3 seconds before it came down. Meredith, defended by Jasmine. She goes left, layup off glass, no good. Rebound by Robinson, back up and good. It's now back to a single-digit lead as Rowan looking to go fast here.
That's the opposite of what you want to do if you're Rowan. Right now, you want to hold the ball. I mean, you can milk the clock 30 seconds every possession if you hold on to the ball. So going fast right now is not what you want to do. You want to wait until about 10-ish seconds on the shot clock before you even consider taking a shot.
That'll be on Carter Soriano, that foul there. And for Rowan now, just trying to keep it slow, like you said. Nolan is what they have to do. Well, all their starters are back in this game now, with under 3 minutes left to go. As McLaughlin gives it inside to Mastriano. He gets double team, brings it out. Jasmine pump fakes, drives, and she's going to get fouled by Boggs there and go to the line for 2 shots here, which will be her 6th and 7th foul shots of this game.
And that's Boggs' 4th foul. Now 1 away from being fouled out of this game, which we talked about before the game. I mean, she's averaging around 3 fouls a game, and she's done a good job so far. She got in foul trouble a little early in this game, too. And, I mean, now she's up to 4, 2:35 left to play. It won't make the biggest difference if she does foul out. Like, if she's needed to foul late in the game, they're down 2 or 3, they need to get a foul out. They can get possession of the ball back. That won't be the biggest issue. But we were talking about it, and if they lose her with 2.5 minutes left in this game, I mean, that's huge. Because she's one of their biggest players, literally and figuratively. I mean, she has 15 points and 16 rebounds for the Shore women.
Yeah, and right there, Selmer comes up with the steal there and the foul. So she'll go to the line for 2 shots here. First free throw is up and no good. Haley Selmer obviously saw some time last season. Obviously playing under players like Kate Perlehy, Sabrina Arujo, players that graduated last year, as she misses both at the line there. As the Shore woman, if you're them, you got to start going quickly here because there is not too much time left with the lead that Rowan has.
Yeah, every second matters. And when you're down 10, that's a 4-possession game if you make a bunch of threes. I mean, this is a tough spot to be in. And that's the girl you want to take the 3. You want Taylor Shane to be putting up your 3-pointers for your team. You had a nice performance against Stockton like we talked about. But today, I mean, she's now 2 of 15 from the field and 1 of 6 from 3. So not the best day for Taylor Shane. She's averaging 12 points on the season to go along with 2.5 rebounds. I mean, this has been a down game for Taylor Shane. And right there, we just saw that 3-pointer. She's the one you want to take the shots. I mean, she's your leading scorer average-wise. That'll most likely go to Meredith or Boggs. But, I mean, with 2 minutes left, you have to start putting up shots. Down 12, too.
Definitely doing. The freshman Megan Donaldson knocks down both foul shots there. Donaldson now is up to 11 points on in this game. 3 of 7 shooting, so a solid game for her. As Carter Soriano will try a 3, and she can't get that one to go. It's rebounded by McLaughlin. He looks the Cooks, gives it to Donaldson. Fakes the pass. Donaldson picks up her dribble, hands it off to Jasmine. Gets around the defense. They jump her. That's no good. And Emma Robinson comes up with the rebound. She pushes it herself. Robinson picks up her dribble. Wide open 3 is good by Ellie Carter Soriano. That is the first 3 of the second half between either of these 2 teams. And their second 3, I should say. And now it is a timeout called here by Kate Pearson, looking to want to talk things over. And Nolan, if you're head coach Kate Pearson here, I mean, you got to think about what do you talk about here? I mean, 120 left to go. You're up by 9. You're definitely going to be preparing for some press breaks here from Washington College.
And listen, you got to just tell your players, don't get overwhelmed by the pressure. I mean, if you're getting double teamed, what does that mean? Someone's open. You can't have 2 players on you and 4 players defending the rest of your team. So someone will be open. You have to make the right decisions here. Do not give the ball up. Don't make bad decisions. Don't throw up passes. You play smart. You don't have to worry about time. Right now, time is your friend. You want the clock to go down as much as possible. So don't let the pressure get to your head and just play smart basketball. Protect the basketball. Don't let the other team get to it.
So Jasmine inbounds it. They're going with a man press here, and it's a quick foul by Meredith on McLaughlin.
Which might be the right decision from Washington. We talked about throughout this game how Rowan has struggled from the free throw line in their previous games. Today they're shooting around 70% from the stripe. So maybe a good decision from Washington.
And this will be the first foul shots of the game for Jess McLaughlin, the 3-time All-County selection in high school, 2-time All-Skyline Conference time team MVP, went to North Hutterdon High School. As she sinks the first free throw there. Averaging 9 points on the season and 3 rebounds coming into this game. Got now 9 points on this game after that free throw. Only on 3 of 12 shooting. She's still finding a way to get her points somehow. As Robinson drives in the paint, layup is up and good with the left hand. Now back down to a single-digit lead and a quick foul by Taylor Shane there.
Something that Rowan could be doing after the make there, they could let the ball sit at the baseline. They don't have to inbound it, and the clock will tick down. I mean, you have 7 seconds from when you pick up the ball to inbound it. If you let it roll around for a second or two, you can milk that clock an extra 5-ish seconds, maybe more. So, I mean, you don't have to rush it. And that's what they did there. I mean, this game is almost out of reach. It's a 10-point lead with a minute left. Who knows? It could be Trace McGrady on the other 13 points in 30 seconds. But if you're Rowan and Washington makes a shot, you can let the ball roll around and take some extra time off the clock.
Yeah, now, so it's a quick timeout here. And right now, Rowan has an 11-point lead, 60-49, with about a minute and a second left to go here in the fourth quarter. If Rowan holds on and wins this game, this will be their 3rd consecutive win after dropping their season opener to Elizabethtown. And then after this game, they will go on the road to start NJAC play against Montclair State and Rutgers Camden. And then their next home game will be NJCU on December 6th. And, you know, this is a Rowan team, obviously, that comes into the season losing some key players like Kate Hurley, Sabrina Arujo, Christina Johnson, Shayla Johnson, and Reagan Russo. And some of these players that saw time last year now having to play bigger roles. And it's a team that's also coming in with high expectations as well. Projected to finish 3rd in the NJAC preseason poll. As Meredith drives, and the layup is no good, but a foul by Carlisle there. And Meredith will go to the line for 2 shots here. That'll be a foul on Carlisle. That'll be her 3rd foul of this game. One thing with Carlisle is she's been pretty quiet here in the second half, though. She did have a good first half, though. But one thing with her, she does have 6 turnovers in this game.
Now, a couple of those have been 30-second violations, but, I mean, they're not really turnovers, but they are. I mean, it's one of those things that it's a violation, which is a turnover, but it doesn't feel like, it's not like you're throwing the ball to the other team. That it's one of those types.
Now, if you had to take a stat out in basketball, would you take out a turnover as like a 3-second violation if you had to?
I mean, I think so. I feel like it should be a team turnover and not an individual turnover. But it's one of those like iffy turnovers. Like, it looks bad on the stat sheet, but in reality, you know it's not as bad as it really is.
So Ava Crable gets fouled, and she'll go to the line for 2 shots here. Crable, She was part of a squad at Egg Harbor Township High School where she was part of a team that won a conference championship in her senior year and named 2025 Cape Atlantic League All-Star game as she gets the roll on the first free throw.
And for Washington Township, or Washington College, sorry, they are 0-3 on the road with this loss. 0-2 at a neutral site game and 2-0 at home, which luckily their next matchup is at home versus Stevenson on Tuesday. The same night, Rowan takes on Montclair State. So potentially a win, though this is going to be their 4th straight game that they've lost, which, I mean, now you got to start turning things around. This is a rough spot to be in at 2-5.
So there is a foul there, another missed shot there from Washington College as they've gone cold these last shots. They're shooting 5 of 13 here in the fourth quarter on 38% shooting. For Rowan, they've shot 36 field here in the fourth quarter as first free throw is missed by Crable. Crable not seen much time at this season though, but some action today, 1.3 points per game, 2.3 rebounds per game this season. Coming into this game as she gets the second free throw to go, going 1 of 2 from the foul line. Now under 40 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter.
Start chucking up shots.
They got to go quickly here. Carter Soriano goes right. Jumper is no good, but a foul there on Jasmine.
I mean, that is not what you want to see is for Washington College. You waste 17 seconds of the clock to put up a 2-pointer, and now you're headed to the line with not even guaranteed points. And you see it. She made the first one, but, I mean, you need threes. And, I mean, if you're going to keep fouling, you have to just put up shots.
Carter Soriano coming into this game, averaging 5.2 points per game and 3.7 rebounds. Gets the second one to go. And now the shot clock is off. We'll see if the Shore women want a foul here. And it doesn't look like they will, as looks like Rowan's just going to dribble it out here. So 3 seconds left, and time will run out. The Rowan Profs win their 3rd consecutive game against the Washington College Shore women. They win this one by a final score of 63-53 in the first ever meeting between these two programs. And Abigail Jasmine has to be the story of this game. 22 points on 5 of 8 shooting, 4 of 4 from three-point range, and 8 of 9 from the foul line in this game. A career-high 22 points for the sophomore.
I mean, and Greg, it was a fantastic game from Abigail Jasmine. And she had a career high at halftime, 14 points. She was 4 of 4 from 3 at halftime. She didn't make a shot from the field in the second half, but she made 8 of her 9 free throws in the second half to get up to the 22-point threshold. Also, to go along with that, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, and 1 block. I mean, just a fantastic performance from the sophomore.
And one of the reasons why the Profs did end up winning this game is they shot so well from the line in this game. 23 of 31, they shot 74% from the line, and that was one of their biggest struggles they had coming into this game. But they shot very well from the line collectively as a team in this game. But now it's time to send it down to the sideline with Aiden Ray with a sideline report. Aiden, take it away.
Thanks, guys. The Rowan women's basketball team, 21 points in the fourth quarter to finish it off, a 63-53 victory. I'm going to go through my player of the game right now. Abigail Jasmine, a great game for her today. 22 points, 4 for 4 from three-point range, and she also added 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and 3 steals on the day. A great effort for Jasmine and the whole Rowan women's basketball team today. And up next, they go on the road for 2 games before returning home back on December 6th. Next game, November 25th, up at Montclair State University. And the Profs are now 3-1 in the season. My name is Aiden Ray. Thank you for tuning in. Greg Mazzo and Nolan Dowell, we're sending it right back to you.
Thank you, Aiden, and we're back here. Myself, Greg Mazzo, alongside me is Nolan Dowell, my color commentator for today's game. Rowan wins 63-53 over Washington College, their third straight win, while Washington College now drops their fourth consecutive game. They're now dropped to 2-5 on the season. Rowan now improves to 3-1 on the season. And Nolan, this was a terrific game by the Profs and a really good tune-up for them going into NJAC play starting on Tuesday against Montclair State.
It was a really good game from the Profs. I would say more of a really good first half. The second half, they shot 5 of 22 from the field with 16 points coming from the free throw line. They had a fantastic free throw second half. They shot 16 of 21 from the line. So a really good game from the Profs at the free throw line, and especially in the second half when it mattered, when they were getting fouled a bunch.
Yeah, and we'll see how things end up changing though for the Profs though. But a terrific game for them. They shot 34% from the field, 35% from three, 74% from the line. Jasmine highlighted her earlier, 22 points on the game. Megan Donaldson, the freshman, with 11 points, and Charlotte Carlisle with 9 points. And then for Washington College, 15 points on 6 of 15 shooting. And then Abby Meredith also had 14 points on 5 of 12 shooting. And now, with myself, Greg Mazzo, alongside me, Nolan Dowell, we thank you all for tuning in here on Rowan Television Network.